This is the Movcan V80 Electric Bike, a 26-inch city cruiser with a sturdy carbon steel frame, clean lines, and a modern commuter vibe. It looks purpose-built rather than a regular bike with parts bolted on. My unit is the V80 Classic with the phone holder and lock, and it rides with that upright, confidence-boosting stance you expect from a cruiser, paired with a motor that feels more like a lightweight electric motorcycle when you open it up. Key features that stand out to me are the 1000-watt rear hub motor that peaks around 1500 watts, a 48-volt 13-amp-hour removable battery, a 7-speed drivetrain with a trigger shifter, dual-disc brakes, a front suspension fork to take the sting out of rough pavement, and a simple color display for speed, assist level, and battery. On my bike, the headlight is bright, and the rear lighting package, including brake lighting and turn signals, makes me feel more visible and predictable in traffic. There's also an electric horn that cuts through city noise better than a passive bell. In my opinion, this blend of power and commuter-friendly details is what pulls you toward the V80. From my experience, the motor is the headline. It pushes hard off the line and keeps pulling well past what most e-bikes give you. I clocked a steady 28 miles per hour and sometimes crept into the low 30s on flat roads with a bit of a tailwind. On hills, the claimed torque feels real. I didn't see that usual slow grind to the top. The bike just charges up without drama. If you're new to these terms, pedal assist, pass, means the motor helps when you pedal, with levels that increase the help as you go up. There's also a throttle that moves the bike without pedaling at all. The V80 will do both, and that's where the fun lives. There's a flip side to that fun. The advertised range says up to 70 miles, which is possible only in the gentlest assist, on flat ground, with light riders and lots of pedaling. My rides were nowhere near that. With mixed terrain, a few hills, and using the throttle often, I'd burned 2 bars on the battery gauge in about 10 hilly miles, and I ran 1 full charge dry in about 21 miles when I let the motor do most of the work. That's normal physics. Bigger power costs more energy. Still, the gap between the brochure number and real life is big enough that I plan my route with more caution than I'd like. The battery and display experience added some frustration. The fuel gauge swings around under load and rebounds when you stop, which is common on basic displays, but makes it hard to know your real remaining range. The odometer on mine also had a quirk where it reset to 29 miles after power cycling, which broke my ability to track total mileage. I started using a GPS app on my phone to log rides and learned to think in terms of known routes rather than trusting the on-screen number. I'd love a display that shows steady-state voltage because it's a more precise way to judge battery health on the fly. Braking is strong. The dual-disc setup hauls the bike down from high speed with confidence. My rear rotor developed a squeal after a few days, which a pad realignment helped but didn't fully cure. My unit uses mechanical discs. Some listings mention hydraulic brakes on certain V80 versions, and I can see why that would be a welcome upgrade for smoother feel and less cable stretch. Either way, stopping power is solid, and that matters on a bike that can comfortably sit at 28 miles per hour. The ride feel is comfortable. The front suspension fork softens potholes and expansion joints, and the overall geometry keeps me upright with a clear view of traffic. The adjustable seat post fits a wide range of riders. I will say the stock saddle is too small and too firm for this bike's speed and posture. In my opinion, swapping seats is not optional. It's mandatory if you want to enjoy longer rides. Once I switched to a wider, gel-padded saddle with better sit-bone support, the bike transformed from fun but tiring to I could ride this for an hour without thinking about it. As for the build, the frame feels solid, and at 60.6 pounds, it's heavier than it looks. That weight disappears when the motor kicks in, but carrying it upstairs or lifting it onto a rack is a workout. Assembly was simple because it ships mostly put together. The included paper instructions were vague, so I used online videos and had it ready in about 20 minutes. The phone holder and the included lock are nice touches for commuting, and the removable battery is a lifesaver for apartment living. I lock the bike, bring the battery inside, and charge it on a normal outlet in about 5 to 7 hours. I did hit some quality control bumps. One spoke snapped on me during the first week, and I had to true the wheel and replace that spoke. The handlebar stem on my unit also needed extra attention to stop occasional slipping, which is something you don't want to discover during a hard break. My display arrived dead and needed a replacement. Customer support was mixed, quick to fix the wrong charger and responsive about the screen, but less helpful on another issue I tried to return in the past. That inconsistency tells me you should be ready to do some basic wrenching and troubleshooting yourself. It's perfect for riders who want speed and torque for real-world commuting, who don't mind tweaking a few things, and who will treat the bike as a high-performance starting point rather than a finished product. The 7-speed drivetrain is fine for casual pedaling and cadence matching at speed, but it's basic. With this much motor, you won't be shifting to conquer hills. You'll be using assist levels and throttle, which is totally fine, as long as you understand that's the design approach. I'd recommend this for power-focused commuters, weekend explorers who like to hit a mix of city streets and light paths, and anyone who wants a fast, confidence-inspiring ride, but is comfortable swapping a saddle, dialing in brakes, and keeping an eye on spokes and bolts for the first couple of weeks. If you want a polished, zero-maintenance experience right out of the box, or if dependable, consistent electronics and guaranteed support are non-negotiable for you, this won't be your favorite match. From my experience, the core drivetrain is the reliable heart of the V80. It always wakes up with serious punch, climbs like it means it, and turns errands into quick hops. The removable battery makes daily life easier, the lighting package improves safety, and the included accessories are actually useful. The compromises sit around the edges. Honest range is far lower than the marketing headline when you use the power you paid for. The display needs better brightness and a more trustworthy battery readout, and the bike benefits a lot from a better saddle and a little mechanical TLC. In my opinion, that duality is the story of this model. It's a blast to ride and a powerhouse for the money, and it asks you to accept or fix a handful of quirks. If you come from motorcycles or high-powered scooters, you'll smile at how this thing leaps forward. If you come from polished-first consumer gadgets, the rough edges will stand out. In conclusion, the Movcan V80 delivers thrilling speed, strong hill performance, confident braking, and real commuter utility at a price that undercuts many rivals with similar specs. It's a fast, fun platform that shines when you lean into its strengths and personalize what doesn't work for you. Know that the claimed range is optimistic for heavy throttle riding. Expect to swap the saddle right away, plan for a few setup tweaks, and you'll likely enjoy what this bike does best, getting you across town quickly with a grin. If that sounds like your kind of ride, it's an easy yes. If you want hands-off ownership and flawless electronics, I'd look at something more conservative. If this video helped, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or your own experience with the V80 in the comments. Thank you for watching.